check. Thank you kindly. Hey, y'all, we're called Gumbo the Funk, all the way from Denver, Colorado. We wear many hats. We work in the revolution, and we play revolutionary music. Well, kind of revolutionary music. We're going to prove that to you right now. Here's a song we wrote. It's on one of our CDs. We have them for sale over here, and of course, you can find us at gumbolafunk.com. This song, and our power locator. Let's do Make It Grow. This is a song I wrote specifically with y'all in mind. So check it out.
Ready?
revolution. I believe we have speakers that are about to happen right now. Oh, okay. Right on, man. Please feel free to wrap your requests in a $100 bill. We'll get right to them. I swear. Well, Greens, how do y'all feel after today? Anybody feeling good? Anybody feeling good? We're going to do one more, or do you want to come up now, or who's coming up, or nobody? Okay. Yeah? Here's a song off our latest album. This is called Star Thank you. We're Gumbo the Funk. I believe that it is time now. We're gonna show a little Jill Stein video, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So stick around.
We understand who Trump is. We understand who Clinton is. I want you to think for yourself. Raise your own voice. I'm going with Jill Stein. Yes, I'm going with Jill Stein. Why? Because the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton, they don't own my vote. They don't own my voice. They don't own me. I'm a free black man.
It's time to bail out the millennials, the young people, the trapped in student loan debt. We bailed out the bankers who crashed the economy with their waste, fraud, and abuse. It's time to bail out the victims of that abuse, a younger generation that has been held hostage in student debt.
I'm Dr. Jill Stein. I approve this message.
No? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Party for the Revolution. My name is Gloria Matera. I'm the National Campaign Chair for the Jill Stein and Jill Haraka campaign. Sorry, it's been a long day. We want to welcome you to our party. Want to thank this amazing band, Gumbo the Funk. I mean, how amazing is it that they do kick-ass music and kick-ass activism in Colorado? We're going to have a lot of great speakers, a lot of great fun, a lot of good music tonight. First person I want to bring up is someone who I actually heard about long before I was in the Green Party, because she marched with an organization she started, the Kensington Welfare Rights Union, all the way to New York City, where a lot of activists waited there to greet them. And this person has been a warrior, marching with and working with poor people for years, standing up for those who no one else stands up for. who's involved in an organization, actually the national coordinator of the Poor People's Economic Human Rights, otherwise known as PPERC. She is also Jill Stein's 2012 vice presidential running mate, and just recently led the very successful March for Our Lives in Philadelphia to let the DNC know that there are people out there that they are killing with the policies of the Democrats and the Republicans. So tonight we get to hear from Sherry Honkala.
Hello! Are you ready for the Revolution Party? Okay, so, stop talking. No. I'm very happy to be here tonight. We're going to have a few speakers. Hopefully we're going to have more than just 2 people on the dance floor. Because you guys need to have a lot of fun tonight, because when you go back to your states, I know that you're going to get busy with doing voter registration and education. Let me see the hands. And whoever has the highest number of new Greens registered, my colleague Galen Tyler will go to lunch with you. You're supposed to laugh or clap your hands. So, the clip that you actually saw a few minutes ago was from the March for Our Lives, which was a march that was organized in Philadelphia on opening day of the Democratic National Convention. And it was a difficult thing to organize, you see, because, believe it or not, the Democrats didn't want the Greens in Philadelphia. And they certainly have never wanted to show that in the city of brotherly love that there's poor and homeless people. So I want to let you know that it was frontline communities that organized and paved the way for Dr. Jill Stein to come into Philadelphia and to be known and to be heard and to get on all the stages that she got on. And so it was a difficult endeavor, because first we had to threaten to go to federal court. Then the Latino caucus, not our Latino caucus, their Latino caucus of the Democratic Party, decided that they would organize a cultural event at the same time as our march. And then the Black Church decided that they were going to have a power rally a prayer service at the same time as the power rally. So we had to organize against that. And then everywhere that we went, people tried to divert our march. But I'm happy to say that on July 25th at the March for Our Lives, because poor and homeless people came together from across the entire country and said, we can't end poverty, hunger, and homelessness without political independence. That's why that march was successful. That's why that march happened. So if they wouldn't have let us march, which we damn near had to throw our bodies in the middle of the street because they wouldn't bring us our stage or our sound system. But after threatening to do just that, they finally brought it. And so we proudly erected those 6 feet green flags, and we took back the city of brotherly love and our country. You know, people ask me, Sherry, well, what's next? Well, you know what's next? We cannot sleep until we truly have given birth to the largest independent political party this country has ever seen. And that party is the Green Party. So we know that we got to get ready. This is not resting time. We got to get our boxing gloves on because Hillary, she gonna come at us with the Democratic Party in some very dangerous ways. But are we up for the fight? Are we up for the fight? And so every time they try to knock our candidates down, we're going to get back up, we're going to knock that dirt off, and we're going to get back in the boxing ring. And every opportunist that they send our way trying to tell us that the Democratic Party can be reformed, we will tell them, hell no. This is the year that we are going to look back as the year that political independence in our country was truly born. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jonathan Fluck. That's spelled F-L-U-C-K. I survived public high school with that name. I am Jill Stein's volunteer coordinator. And to do what Sherry was talking about, to fight that fight and to get that Jill really moving, we need volunteers on the ground to do hundreds of little tasks all over the country. And so I need you to connect with your local Green Party to find out from them who the volunteer coordinator is in your state for Jill's campaign. And if they can't tell you, I need you to contact me and ask me, and I will try to tell you. You can reach me at Jonathan F. No, I didn't spell the whole name. Jonathan F., that's as in Frank, at Jill2016.com. Now, what I'm also looking for in some states still are state volunteer coordinators. If you know a good organizer, or if you are a good organizer and want to take on that wonderful responsibility of organizing your state for Jill, connect with me, Jonathan F. at Jill2016.com. I'm very responsive. Don't have any answers, but I'm very responsive. So, I thought I was getting a signal. I wasn't. All right. So, do you have any questions? Email me. Or I can take them now, but I won't be able to hear you. It's too noisy in here. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great party.
Hey everyone, I just want to say that in addition to the 500 plus of you here celebrating the revolution, that we have a whole bunch of people, thousands, maybe more, watching on live stream. So give a big hello to everybody out there on live stream. And so, what? Okay. Okay, so if you're home, go to Jill2016.com/donate, and if you're here, get a donation slip. And right now, we have a speaker that electrified our Green Party presidential convention earlier today, an academic, a writer, a poet, an activist, a revolutionary, and he's still got enough energy to come on up here and talk to you tonight, Dr. Cornel West.
What a wonderful day today. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. Green Party in the house. What a historic day. What a monumental day. Thank you so much, my dear brother. What you got here? Oh, Lord, you got me breaking the law. No, that's all right. But what a historic day. And we want to be able to save time for the party. You can't have a Green Party without a party. But we also want to recognize that artists are the vanguard of the species because they have courage, vision, they give us an alternative reality than the reality we live in, and therefore, when you hear this music up here, this music is not ornamental. This music is not decorative. It is constitutive of who we are as a species, as human beings. So let's always connect party politics with artistic partying down, throwing down. Keep the funk in it. It doesn't mean a thing if it ain't got that swag.
Thank you, Dr. West. So this amazing gathering would not be possible without some support and help from the home state, Texas. So I'm gonna, let's hear it for Texas. And we're gonna hear a little bit about the Green Party of Texas from the co-chair of the Texas State Green Party, Laura Palmer.
Is this one good? Oh, it is good. Okay. Here I am. Hi. Well, come for the revolution, stay for the party, right? Okay. You guys, I have to say that the Green Party of Texas, maybe I should just leave this alone. Never mind, I'm going to leave this alone and not touch it. And the Harris County Green Party are so honored to be able to have you here. And the incredible day that we had today, it's just so exciting. But now it's time to get down to the brass tacks of what we're gonna do to make this party fly. And I'll tell you what we're doing here in Texas. We basically have 8 local parties. So each of the major cities has a local party at its core. And those of you who aren't familiar with Texas and how incredibly large it is may not realize that there are 254 counties in Texas. So we've got it carved up into 10 regions. So what we're trying to do right now is take the flood of volunteers that have come in online and have been trying to connect, and we're trying to match them with other people in their area either to get them involved with an active local if there is one functioning in their area, or to help them start another one in their county. Now, in some places that's challenging because the state is really sparse, especially at like in the Panhandle or West Texas. But so we're trying to take a regional approach to that. So I have to be honest. I know that there's a problem with people reaching out to volunteer with the party online and maybe not getting an immediate response, okay? So we are a party of the people. We're all volunteer driven. Nobody is gonna sell you your freedom in a nicely packaged, well-marketed, easy peasy kind of package, right? So we need you to get involved. If you are not getting a response from your local party, that means your local party doesn't have enough capacity to respond to you. And that means they need your help, okay? So, we're gonna work together right now with the national party and the state parties to come together and get our network functional so that we can integrate new people when they contact us. Because we want to be a sail, right? To catch that political wind and get our ship in order. Does that make sense? Right? Okay. So, if you want to volunteer with Green Party of Texas, make sure you go to txgreens.org and sign up there, volunteer, indicating what you'd like to do. But most especially, be sure to give us your location, because that's a very big problem, especially like in a state as big as Texas. If you're like, well, I'm in Texas, I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Because, you know, I'm a very little use to someone in El Paso because I'm all the way over here in Houston. So that's one thing. That's how we're going to manage to integrate our volunteers. But I have a couple of other comments about best practices for our party locals to function, and this probably applies in other states as well. We want to make sure that we're giving the public the optimum opportunity to participate with us. So that means the local parties need to be sure that they are posting their meetings, and also be sure that they are announcing their meetings via email to everybody who said they're interested. I know that's really basic stuff. In a best case world, you would assume it's already being done, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not necessarily been that way. So that's the best practice we wanna strive for, is that we're clearly posting our meetings, we're clearly announcing our meetings. And the third thing I would add to that is, ideally, the local parties should be maintaining a community calendar of the events, especially issues-related events, that they want to be involved with, that they want to go out and support. Because we all know, I know everybody in here is probably sat through some green meetings, and it's not always a party. It's not always as much fun. So we don't want to burden every single volunteer with having to sit through every single membership meeting. So if we can create opportunities for volunteers to plug in easily, that they don't have to sit through meetings to figure out where they can plug in, then that's a great service too. So a community calendar with events ready for volunteers to plug into. And here is my suggestion. I think the next thing that we need to focus on is debate access. So I think all of our volunteers, of course there's party building work to be done, there's a lot of work to be done, but a special focus right now on agitating for debate access would be very helpful. So, with that said, Michael's given me the rap signal and the double thumbs up, and I think we're pitching to the band.
Oh, Gumbo La Funk, y'all. Gumbo La Funk. I wrote a song for you. This is the title track off our latest album. And I think that it's going to bring to mind how we're feeling right now. This is called Power, Love, Freedom. All right, now we're going to do something that is about 50 years old, but man, it still as relevant today as it was back then.
Compared to what?
Thank you all kindly. We're called Gumbo La Funk. We're out of Denver, Colorado. When we're not fighting for the revolution, we're playing music for the revolution, and now we're gonna...
See, Dr. West knows what's up. He knows what's up.
I know.
What now?
It's time that, don't you think it's long past time we play a little funkadelic? Here we go. Gumbo La Funk, yeah.
For now. Play all night, forget about the speaker.
We only got about 6 more hours of music, so just let us know.
Okay, all right, you're down with that.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Let's hear it again for Gumbo the Funk. Woo! Just a few little exciting campaign fun facts for those of you who like to follow the following platforms we have. We're getting close to 500,000 likes on Facebook and 200,000 Twitter followers. And for you who just kind of like want to get an email, go to Jill2016.com to sign up and get information, sign up to volunteer, sign up to donate. Our next speaker is a up-and-coming candidate for the mayor of Baltimore. People heard him speak earlier today. He's really going to be awesome in this mayoral race and represent the Green Party along with Margaret Flowers for Senate. Joshua Harris.
Woo! How you guys doing? How you guys doing tonight? Are you guys having a good time? I want to just kind of test the energy to see if we can keep up the energy we had after those great speeches earlier today. So I want to split the room in half, and I like to see which side of the room is keeping up with the Vote Green 2016 energy moving into the general election. Is that okay? Cool, cool. So right down the middle here, we're going to go this side of the room versus this side of the room. And so when I point to your side of the room, I'd like for you guys to scream, Vote Green in 2016, all right? You got it? All right, let's test this out. Let's give it a shot. Okay, that's all right. What about this side of the room? I think, I'm feeling it from these guys over here, all right? Let's try over here. Okay, a little bit better. Over here. Oh man, you guys can do better on this side. Come on, let's step it up. Let's step it up on this side, on this left side here. One last time. 1, 2, 3. All right, right side, back to you. Now all together. Thank you. I love the energy, and I just want to encourage you guys. As of today, we have exactly 94 days to the general election. A lot can happen in 94 days. Each and every one of you has a responsibility and a job to do when you go back home after partying tonight, because we're going to have a good time. We're going to enjoy each other. We're going to have some food and drink. But after tonight, when you go back home, we have to hit the ground running. We have to maintain this momentum. We have to get out and volunteer on campaigns. We have to phone bank. We have doors to knock. I know in Maryland, we have a whole lot of doors to knock. We're looking at knocking about 100,000 doors by November 8th. And so each and every one of you can help us to recruit and maintain volunteers. And if you can't offer your time, then you can contribute $1. Support your fellow Green candidates and other Greens running in races. And if you're thinking about running for office as a Green, get out and volunteer on a campaign right now to get the experience, to see what it takes and what goes into campaigning in totality. My name is Joshua Harris. My website is harrisforbaltimore.com. I encourage you all to go on there and visit. Baltimore has been in the national spotlight for the last year because unfortunately the issues that we see with Wall Street and poverty and perpetuated racial disparity and hyper-segregation are amplified in Baltimore City. So we need your support, and we believe and we're working to make Baltimore a national highlight for what the Green Revolution and movement really looks like, as we have a plethora of candidates who are running for office. So again, my name is Joshua Harris. Thank you. I'm gonna come down and have a beer with you guys and have a good time.
This one you can shout out. Like, hey, 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 hey,
Thank you, Joshua. And if you're from Baltimore, you know who to vote for mayor. Just a little, some wild dancer on the dance floor dropped this cell phone, LG cell phone, so please come and see me to get your cell phone back. Before our next speaker comes up, we just want to share another bit of information from the campaign. We'd like to share our highlights. We have what we used to call a miracle in our campaign, which we now call the Dan Platt. Dan Platt is a delegate from New York. He may be here, I don't know. Dan, let us know if you're here. Lives in Albany. And Dan drove from Albany to New Hampshire in record time to deliver the required paperwork to get Jill on the ballot 5 minutes before the Board of Elections closed. So let's hear it for our miracle, Dan Platt. And now, our 2012 vice presidential candidate is going to introduce our 2016 vice presidential candidate.
Okay, listen up now. You can still get a picture with Cornell over here without talking, because the next person we really want to make sure we listen to. Okay, listen. If you're green and you know it, clap your hands. Okay, you do it for me. Let's do it again. All right, you're fired. Anyway. So the next person I'd like to bring to the stage is our very own vice presidential candidate, Ajamu Baraka.
Is everybody feeling good? You all look like it. So I'm here to join this party tonight because we're going to be partying for the next 3 months. But our party, we have an objective for this party. We about trying to make revolution. We want the whole country to party with us. A new kind of party. A party of freedom, of liberation, of love, of dreams. A party that says that we know that we can be more than what we are today. And we're going to party toward that new reality. My friends, I want to just say that I hope people understand that we are in fact going to make history. Seriously. When they read about this campaign in the history books, you know that you would have been a part of this. Because what's happening here in this country is that this is the beginning of a real profound shift in this country. 2016, in a real way, 2016 represents a profound change in this country, a change toward a real people's movement. As I said today in my very short comments, people are hungry for something. They are scared also. But because they will see people like you who aren't afraid, people who are raising the critical questions, people who are putting their bodies on the line for something that is beyond themselves. It's going to be the kind of example that they need in order to overcome fear. That process, my friends, is going to happen. It's happening all over this country. People are in motion. And what we're going to see by November, we're going to see the consequence of our actions. And I'm going to tell you something. I feel good about those possibilities. I really do. So what we have to do, my friends, we have to be committed to replicating ourselves, committed to going out and making sure that we can organize and bring in 10, 15, 20 people like us. We've got to remind ourselves that our responsibility is to build this party. The only reason that I'm part of this process is that I know that the Greens are committed to building a party. What that means is that this campaign is an instrument for that, okay? We understand that this struggle is a protracted struggle, that we're not going to win tomorrow. But we also know that we can't win unless we have an effective structure. And we got to build that structure. So this campaign is about building real popular power. And that popular power has to be expressed in effective organization. So I'm happy to be a part of this. I'm happy to be a part of the Green family now. As I said today, and I'm sincere about this, you all have really made me feel at home. And I can tell you right now that no matter what happens in this campaign, I'm a permanent part of this family. I'm going to be that relative that shows up at your house and you can't get rid of. All right? So my friends, let's keep on partying tonight. Let's get our energy ready for the struggle we have over the next 3 months. I'm going to come off this stage and I'm going to get me something to drink also. And we're going to talk, we're going to think, we're going to struggle, we're going to make history. Thank you.
Okay, just some quick announcements. The bar closes at 9. What's with that? I mean, you know, I'm from New York. We could drink till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But, so last call. Last call, bar closes at 9. It's 8:35. Tama Yeager, if you are in the room, Tama Yeager, please come to the stage. We need you. Okay. Today you heard from a candidate from New York State, running for Congress in the 21st District. He's not only been an amazing candidate for Congress once before this, he's been a longtime activist in the Green Party. He's been a small business owner who cares for his community and his workers in the way he runs his business. And we're hoping in New York that we're sending him to Congress this time around, Matt Funicello.
Good evening, everybody. How are y'all? I've got to drum up some enthusiasm here. I can't hear you. I guess that means you're doing okay. I have the really unpleasant job tonight of doing something I watched Ralph Nader force Matt Zawiski, a personal friend of mine, to do for him at an event in Glens Falls we held in 2004. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And it's come full circle because now I have to do it. So applaud. It's great. It's wonderful. I'm going to try to get you guys to write checks and give us lots of money for Jill! For Jill! And what does that mean for Jill? It means for us. It really does. It means for all of us, because what we are doing is we are collecting money so that Jill can hire people who are going to get her ballot access. And that's getting us ballot access, right? It's objectionable. Nobody wants to talk about it. We don't want to raise money. We're Greens, right? But you know, somebody's got to pay for the food. Somebody's got to pay for the airfare. Somebody's got to pay for the hotels. We are not collecting $2 billion from defense contractors and bankers. We're workers. We are the only party of labor left in this country that has a national profile. That's it. We're labor. We all have day jobs. We're going back to them after this weekend, right? So it hurts when I'm going to ask you right now to pull out your checkbook, and I know that. It hurts me too. I'm going to donate tonight even though I'm already enrolled to donate, and I don't have that money, and I make $16.50 an hour. It's a lot compared to people in the food business where I live, but it's also not as much as 5 of my workers make out of 30 of them. We all live struggling together. And all I'm going to say is I see a room full of people just like that. I need you to be as generous as you can possibly be. I'm going to ask you to give Jill Stein's campaign money. And we're going to start off with quite a large amount. And before we do that, I want to introduce you to something. Now, a pet peeve of mine, many years ago, we computerized the bakery that I started with my brother. And when we were doing it, I called my father up and I said, hey, you know, you work for AFSCME and CSEA, these 2 big service employees unions. What kind of computers do they use? Because I'm only finding computers made in China or Japan. There's got to be an IBM-compatible computer made in the United States. And he gave me the information to call and find out in Washington. They were using Japanese computers. And I said, an American service union is buying Japanese computers? I'm driving around in a 2013 Ford Focus that's overpriced and sucks because I am devoted to the American workforce and I want them to get better, and I want the engineers and the companies that promote American products to do better because we protect our standard of living. That's our goal. That's one of the things the Green Party is trying to do. Jill didn't break my heart. I was just given this promotional item, and everybody look at how beautiful this is. This is a beautiful sports bottle. Beautiful for one main reason. Not only does it say Jill2016 on it, it's got a little tag right there that says Made in the USA. Made in the USA. Howie Hawkins sold me a t-shirt a couple years ago, Made in the USA, union made. We need to worry about that stuff. We need to drive that Ford Focus. We need to get the water bottle made in the USA. You can get one of these if you donate. There's a limited supply, I think it's 30 or 35 of them, and then they're gone. So the very first one of these, I need some silence for this one because this is heavy. Some of you in the audience aren't going to work on Monday morning, and you know you're not. You don't need to go to work. You have a trust fund, your dad left you a bunch of money, you made a bunch of money in penny stocks, and the bottom line was, back greens with greenbacks. Thank you, Alan. But maybe you have a whole bunch of money sitting in the bank, and I tell you, I know somebody who could really use it. And it is not Jill personally, it's her campaign. And I'm going to ask you if there is anybody in this crowd who can donate the maximum amount post-primary to Jill's campaign. That is $2,700. Is there someone in the crowd, not asking you, oh, we got one right there. No? Yes? I'm not sure if we have clipboards. That's what we have. I thought I was being really successful at this. I can quit. What we have is we have a bunch of people around the room who have clipboards. If you are capable of donating the amount of money that we are on and can do so, please lift your hand up in the air let us know, and we're going to send somebody over to you, and they're going to get your information from you. Okay? Again, this can be awkward or it can be really cool. I think we need to get over this whole thing. Money is labor. It's not gold anymore, and it really is not resource. Those things have been stolen from us. It's our labor. If you can donate some of your labor, it's going to help us a lot. So again, I'm going to ask, is there anyone in this crowd who supports Jill to the extent that they also have the ability to donate $2,700 to her campaign? Anybody in this room? Anybody at all? If you can't do that, we're going to lessen the amount. It's kind of like a reverse auction. I don't see any hands up at all, and that's terrible. If I had $2,700, I swear that my hand would be in the air. All right. We don't have any of those. We're going to reduce the amount slightly, just slightly though. And again, remember, these water bottles are at stake, made in the USA. Jill2016. $1,500. Is there anybody in the audience who is willing or able to give a check to Jill's campaign for $1,500? And I see your hands if you can. I know you're thinking about it. I know there are 4 or 5 of you out there who are saying, oh, that's a little rich for my blood, but if I just forgo next week's paycheck, I could do that, or if I put the rent off a week. No, it's still too rich for the blood. All right, we're going to make a big jump down. We're going to make a big jump down to $1,000. Is there anybody in the crowd who can donate $1,000 to Jill Stein 2016? Name something you could donate that money to that would be better than that. $1,000. Do I have anybody in the crowd who can donate $1,000? People power. Any hands at all? I can't believe I'm not seeing any. You all just had a wonderful vegan dinner. I know you did. And you have a couple beers and a glass of wine under your belt right now. You managed to pay for those things. I know it cost us a lot of money to come here. I've spent it too. And it's mostly money we don't have. But I'm going to ask one more time, do we have anybody in the crowd who's able to give $1,000 to Jill's campaign? There's somebody pointing to somebody over there. Is that a donation? Is it? Will you please do it? Please? Can you? I don't see his hand going up though. It's a potential. Anybody else? Anybody able to do $1,000 for Jill Stein? You will start an avalanche of donations. Yeah! There's one right there. Thank you so much. Got one right there. $1,000 for Jill 2016. Thank you so much. And I don't even need to say it probably, but you're going to get one of these Jill 2016 made in the USA water bottles. Next time you take a bike ride, you can tell the story. I hear that we have another one right over here. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so very much. Let's have a round of applause. Not because these people can give $1,000, but because they did. Thank you so very much. You need to support that revolution. Do we have anybody else at the $1,000 level? We have $2,000 donations. Is there anybody else capable or willing to give $1,000? And yes, I'm going to keep saying that for another 30 seconds until we've exhausted the possibility. One more $1,000 donor. Just one more. Anybody? All right. Well, I think 2 is pretty darn good. Thank you both very, very much. Let's have a round of applause for those who donated $1,000. Thank you so much. We are now going to reduce the amount, you'll still be able to get a water bottle, to $750. Oh, we've got one right there, right off the bat. Thank you so very much. That's one. Do we have anybody else at $750? This is a lot of money. We're working class people, most of us. This is fantastic. Anybody else at $750? All right, well, keep your eyes open. We're going to give them a couple more seconds. Maybe the audio feed is not good enough. 750, anybody over in that room over there? Anybody? All right. Well, we're going to reduce the amount one more time. Again, thank you so very much for your donation of $750. Can we please have another round of applause? Thank you so much. We're now going to get down to that level where you're talking about my weekly salary. And I'm going to ask, and this is net, we're not asking for the gross amount, how many of you are willing to give $500? And I've got one right here. $500. Anybody give $500? I am going to. Anybody else? We got another one over there. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Peter, did you just say yes? Yes, you did. Peter Lavinia is given $500. Is that correct? You're a state co-chairman. You have to lead. $500. You work for the government, damn it. Do it. I'm shaming you publicly. You made me do this. No, I won't make you. $500. Anybody else? Anybody else at 500? No, I am checking. Anybody over on the left side of the room, which facing the stage would be the right side of the room? I'm again going to point out that your money is going to go to a lot of really wonderful things, primarily travel expenses, legal fees as we fight for ballot access in states all across the country. There's still a number to go. You're looking at a grassroots campaign, but you're looking at a lot of states where we don't have organization. So we're depending a lot upon Jill's campaign. And I will point out that Jill's campaign has also been very generous with the event we've just put on here in Houston. So I would ask that we try to give that back as much as we possibly can. Anybody else who can, please, at the $500 level? Anybody else? Last chance at 500? Anybody else? I saw a hand over there, but I don't think it was indicating the 500. All right, well, thank you very much to those two who are willing to donate 500. That's fantastic. We're now going to reduce the amount to $250. Can we get $250 donations from anybody who is in the audience? $250. Anybody over on the left? You should be on the left. We're at a Green Party convention. Anybody over there in the middle? $250. Got one over there? Thank you so very much. We've got a clipboard holder who is giving $250. Thank you so very much. I know. That's wonderful. Not only are you volunteering and paying to be here, but you are also donating money to Jill. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody else at the $250 level? Anybody? I know it is hard. I know it seems like this is just a political game to some people. You know it's not a game. You know we're not here playing the game the Democrats and Republicans do. We're here asking you for money to help us out. We've already paid a lot of money in, not trying to shame you, not trying to say to anybody that doesn't have the money that you should donate it. I see a hand over there. Is that a hand for $250? Right over there, Pete, would you check that out? Anybody on that side? All right, well, thank you very much for the donation of $250. We are now going to reduce the amount to $200. Is there anybody in the crowd who's got $200 they can give to Jill's campaign? Anybody out there? $200. Oh, come on. Let me see a hand or two. I know you're hesitating. You're waiting for us to get down to 100 or 50. That's just like 2 donations of 100. You can do it. You know, you could even sign up for a recurring donation, as I already have. $200? Anybody out there with $200 they could spend? Spend it investing in our future, investing in peace, investing in economic and social justice. I think those things are worth it. You can't put a money value on them, and we're all doing the work of being activists. But we all know that Jill is really doing an amazing amount of work, as her campaign staff, in all of the state parties and the people who are volunteering there. all you're doing is helping them out. You're helping to offset the amount of time and money they each spend. We really could use your help. $200, last chance for anybody at $200. We're begging, we're pleading, but we're doing it with a smile on our face. No hedge fund managers, no defense contractors allowed. All right, we're going to go down to $100. I expect hands to shoot up all over the room. $100. Can we please get some donations for Jill at $100? Can you donate? Did I see a hand over there? Ah, we've got one at the back down there. Rich, thank you so very much. That's wonderful. And I know Rich is not rich, so thank you for doing that. Anybody else at $100? Can we see some hands, please? Oh, right there, Ursula. We've got one back there. Thank you so very much. There's another one for $100. That is wonderful. Anybody else at $100? $100. Less than 4 donations to Bernie Sanders' campaign on average. Anybody on that side over there, can you spare $100 for Jill's campaign? Throughout all of this discussion, let me remind you all that you can certainly donate online, and I know many of you probably have, and again, not trying to shame any of you at all. If you can donate online, you know how to go to Jill2016.com, and you can set up a credit card donation there. You could also donate to my campaign, funicelloforcongress.org, and I would love it if you would do that. My campaign manager, who's out there going, woo, would love that too. We spent $2 a vote last election cycle, next to 38 and 43 for the corporate war party candidates, and we got 11%. We know how to spend that money. When you invest it in a green candidate, you get your money back 20 times over, so we don't waste it. We're not spending it on yachts. Can I get one last round of $100 donations? Anybody else able to donate $100? All right, we're going to reduce the amount down to $75. $75, anybody out there? $75. Can you donate $75? Oh, we got one right here. Can I get a clipboard over here? Right there. Thank you so very much, sir. Appreciate it immensely. Right there. Nope, right over here. Over here. There you go. Thank you so very much. So we got 3 of those. Thank you. All right, we're being instructed that we need to reduce the amount because you're about to see the person you are donating money to come back out on stage, I believe. So we are going to ask that you donate $50. Can anybody do $50? Shoot some hands up there. $50, please. Anybody out there in the crowd? $50. I know we're already all super donators. I know that. We are asking you for more. $50. Anybody out there? Hands up. All right, we're going to go to 25. Let's put those clipboards to work. How many people out there are willing to donate $25 for peace? $25 for a living wage. $25 for single-payer health care. $25 for an end to the military-industrial complex and corporate welfare. $25 to end the prison-industrial complex, mass incarceration, because that's what we're doing here. Let's not forget that. It's not a cult of personality. We're not here to stroke each other's egos. We're here to do the business of running a political candidate for office. And her name is Jill Stein, and she needs our fuel. And in this instance, our energy is one thing, and we're already giving it. The other thing we need is money. Anybody else, $25? Please raise your hand if you can. All right, well, you know the people walking around with clipboards are the people you can approach about the money. Thank you so very much. We appreciate all the people who donated everything that they could. That's fantastic of you. Thank you, and peace.
If you donated this evening, please go to the donation table and claim your water bottle. If you donated in paper during this fundraising this evening to one of our clipboard people. If you want a water bottle, they're right over there. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? Now just remember, not too long ago, in this building, this afternoon, in the city of Houston, we found the solution. We found the solution to stopping endless wars. We found the solution to giving health care to every single person. We found the solution to stand up for immigrant rights, LGBTQ rights. We stood up and found the solution to change government to be about the 99%. We found the solution to take back fair elections, to make good paying jobs for people, and to stop climate change. And that's because we nominated Jill Stein for president and Ajamo Baraka for vice president. And just to let you know that your donations really mean something, we have these two great commercials that are coming up right now. They're quick, so pay attention.
Donald Trump says despicable things, but Hillary Clinton has a terrifying track record. The answer to Donald Trump is a revolutionary agenda. A Green New Deal will create 20 million jobs, halt climate change, and make wars for oil obsolete. It's time to reject the lesser evil and fight for the greater good, like our lives depend on it, because they do. I'm Dr. Jill Stein. I approve this message. I would feel terrible if Donald Trump gets elected, and terrible if Hillary Clinton gets elected. Donald Trump says despicable things, but Hillary Clinton has a terrifying track record. Catastrophic wars, helping destroy the social safety net, creating mass incarceration, and supporting deportations. The answer to Donald Trump is a revolutionary agenda that will end the economic misery. A Green New Deal will create 20 million jobs, halt climate change, and make wars for oil obsolete. We can cancel student debt, make healthcare and college free, create a welcoming path to citizenship, and end systemic racism. It's time to reject the lesser evil and fight for the greater good, like our lives depend on it, because they do. I'm Dr. Jill Stein. I approve this message.
Our next speaker is currently a candidate for United States Senate in New York State, but she has done many other things. She's been singing with Reverend Billy's choir for 7 years. She does direct action as Miss Justice Jester, if you've seen her in the streets of New York City. And she's studying for her MA in Applied Arts. So in the spare time, she's taken on Chuck Schumer, the war senator from New York. I give you the peace candidate for U.S. Senate, Robin Laverne Wilson.
If y'all don't do better than that, I ain't saying anything. That's what I'm talking about, because guess what? I am from Texas. San Antonio in the house? Yes. I'm a Texan New Yorker. I Underground Railroaded myself up out of here about 13 years ago. And I was going to do a speech, but this isn't the time for a speech. Y'all feeling festive, right? You feeling festive? Y'all want to have some fun? Yeah. Uh-huh. You know, it's funny, earlier today, it was overheard, I think somebody said that I was a troublemaker. What? Guess what? If I wasn't a troublemaker, I don't think the Green Party would have called me and asked me to run against Chuck Schumer. I'm just saying. So, how about some updated civil rights anthems just to change it up a little bit, right? Oh, 15. Oh, 15. Oh, 15, please pay me or more. And before I be a wage slave, I'll keep fighting till I'm in my grave to form a union where I work so I can eat and feed my family and live with dignity. Ooh, yeah. Yes. So my name is actually Dragonfly, also, yes. Also known as Robin Laverne Wilson. They won't put Dragonfly on the ballot, but that's all right. You can call me Robin or Dragonfly, because guess what? Either way, I'm gonna be fly, right? All right, so when you're running against the Schumer, you gotta have a little sense of humor. So how about this? Again, all lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. All lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. All lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. Last time, all lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. So, thank you. This is a strange and scary little homecoming, because, I mean, let's face it, it's Texas, but at this point, it doesn't matter where you are anymore when you live in the intersection of this skin, right? Right? So, I already wrote another little song. Y'all remember that song? Woole Bulle, eh, Woole Bulle. Woole Bulle, Woole Bulle, Woole Bulle. Well, I got some new lyrics for y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Dun-dun-dun. Jerry told Larry to be scared of me because I got that one drop in my ancestry. Ooga booga, ooga booga, tan 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 tan. Ooga booga, ooga booga, tan 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 tan. Larry told Jerry, it's the USA. We can join the police and the KKK. Ooga booga, ooga booga, tan 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 tan. Ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga. Last verse. Larry told Terry, I'm so glad we're white. No matter how we kill them, they will not indict. Ooga booga, ooga booga, dun 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 dun. Okay, that's enough. All right. All right. But seriously though, I'm not kidding. It is true. All lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna ask you a real serious question, and really think about it. Who in this country is bold enough and brave enough and loud enough to tell the truth more than black women in this country? Let's just be real. There's a reason why we're often dismissed as angry, but you know what? I want y'all to be angry with me because that anger is righteous. But the key is that you have to keep that anger righteous and not reckless. And that's why I have joined the Green Party, which has always had reparations on this platform. So, to conclude this with my little medley of updated civil rights anthems. I know the one thing we did right, it was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Darren Wilson killed Mike Brown. His hands went up, still took him down. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Sandra Bland hung in a jail cell. Suicide is the lie they tell. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Stolen youth, abuse of power took the life of Khalif Browder. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Malcolm and Martin were our heroes, and both were slain by COINTELPRO. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. And when they killed Ayanna Jones, the child was sleeping in her home. Hey, keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. 'Cause where there's white supremacy, we can't live with dignity. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Eric Garner could not breathe. Hey, so now we're taking it to the streets. Yeah, keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Thank you so much. My name is Dragonfly, also known as Miss Justice Jester, also known as Robin Laverne Wilson. I am your candidate for U.S. Senator of New York State, RobinForSenator.com. And I am running for our lives. Thank you. Green hallelujah to ya. Green hallelujah. Green hallelujah to ya. Hey, green hallelujah. Green hallelujah to ya. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Robin Laverne Wilson. I know you're jealous that she is our Senate candidate in New York. Okay. Just want to say thanks to everyone here and at home on the live stream for raising $10,000 tonight. Thank you very much. Just, there's someone going to come up and introduce our main guest speaker, but I want to just, both Margaret Flowers, who will be coming up right now, and James Lane, I thought I saw him. James Lane, raise your hand. Margaret Flowers, the two hardest working people today. They kept us on track. They kept us together. They kept it positive. They were amazing as our convention co-chairs. And I think you've heard a little bit about Margaret. She's running for Senate in Maryland. She's a pediatrician. She's a leader in popular resistance. All right. And a longtime single-payer healthcare advocate was how I first came to know her and admire her, watching her on video, being arrested and telling off Congress during their fake hearings. Margaret Flowers.
I think there's only one thing worse than following someone as talented as Dragonfly, and that's like being between you guys, and like the main guest of the evening. So I won't keep this very long. Actually, first I have to give an announcement. So first thing they've asked me to say, I guess, I'm honorary co-chair for the whole day, right? If you need a ride to the airport tomorrow, between now and 10 p.m., if you go up to room 237, there's a sticky pad, and they have shuttles leaving from Cougar Village at 6, 8, 10, 12, and 2. All right, so if you need a ride, go. Sign up. So I feel really privileged because Jill is someone that I've known for a while now. I consider her a friend. I consider her a mentor and an inspiration. And one of the most amazing things has been watching her. She has not stopped since I think she first started running in 2002, and she has been running and organizing ever since then. She literally does put in the hard hours. She'll be out all day doing media interviews or protests or what have you. And then she comes home and she works till like 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, and then she gets up and does it all over again. What's exciting is that all of that hard work and this moment and the work of everyone in this room has brought us to a place where now she's really recognized and appreciated for that work. And so that's exciting to see. It's exciting to see the energy around her. And so we'll bring her up shortly, but she's, as you know, Jill, when people want to stop and talk to her, she can't blow that off. She has to stop and talk to them, which is another amazing thing about her. So we're very excited to have the team that we nominated today, both Dr. Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. I think they both bring incredible depth of knowledge, experience. They complement each other in such an amazing way. Between Ajamu's work on human rights, on imperialism, colonialism, the rights of indigenous peoples, people in Latin America and all around the world, and Jill's work on environmental issues and health and democracy. So now I bring you the woman that I hope is going to be the next President of the United States, Dr. Jill Stein.
Awesome. You are beautiful. We are green. And we are unstoppable. Let me ask you a question. Are we going to cancel student debt? How about, are we going to make public higher education free? Are we going to create the right to a good living wage job for every person in America? And are we going to solve the climate crisis with those jobs? And how about this? Do you think we should transform our energy system to 100% wind, water, and sun by 2030? And do you think we should put an immediate ban on all new fossil fuel infrastructure? Should we ban fracking? Should we stop offshore oil drilling like in the Gulf? Should we shut down energy extraction on public lands? You got it. And should we transform our police force so that they are demilitarized, and instead of being quick to pull out their gun, they learn how to de-escalate conflict. And should we hook them up with social workers and mental health workers so we can actually meet people's needs who are involved in conflict on the street? Should we legalize cannabis and hemp? Should we unleash community-based economic development in the form of marijuana and hemp? Not give it to the corporations to establish a new monopoly? It should be a grassroots tool for economic development. And how about, should we pardon everyone who's been wrongfully incarcerated for nonviolent substance use? And are we going to create a welcoming path to citizenship? And put an immediate halt to deportations, detentions, and night raids? And how about we close down the for-profit prison systems while we're at it? Do you think you deserve health care as a human right? And is it about time that we end this foreign policy based on economic and military domination and regime change? And instead we have a foreign policy based on international law, human rights, and diplomacy. These are the things that we need to do. And it turns out it's a really great time. This is the perfect storm because the American people are tired of a rigged economy. And I think we are tired of the rigged political system that keeps us trapped in that rigged economy. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are the most disliked and untrusted presidential candidates in history. So it's time to forget about this lesser evil propaganda, because that politics of fear, what did it do? It brought us everything we were afraid of. All the reasons we were told to vote for the lesser evil, because you didn't want the offshoring of our jobs, you didn't want the meltdown of the climate, you didn't want the expanding prison state and the war on drugs and the violent policing. That's exactly what we got by allowing ourselves to be intimidated and silenced. So we say, reject the lesser evil, fight for the greater good, like our lives depend on it. We are that greater good. We are the ones we've been waiting for. In this election, we're going to get the word out just by letting millennials know that we have a way to end student debt. We did it for the friggin' bankers who crashed the economy. It's time to bail out the
young people who are the victims of Wall Street. And remember this, don't let anyone tell you that you are not the most powerful force in this election. There are 42 million of us, million people who are locked in predatory student debt. That is enough to win the election right there, just from people locked in debt. And who is it out there? No one is better positioned to mobilize, to get the word out, to let people know, to empower people through social media. We don't need the corporate press. We are the real press. Millennials should not be the latest cash cow for a predatory economy. No society has ever survived by devouring its younger generation. But that is what they are doing now through this rising cost of college, through the predatory student loans, through the unaffordable costs of housing, through the fact that young people do not have jobs that can pay the rent, let alone pay back the student loans. So by liberating a younger generation to come out and take over this election, we can win it not only to cancel student debt, to make higher education free, to make sure that every black life matters and we demilitarize our police, to ensure that we have a Green New Deal so that everyone has a good job that's healthy for workers, healthy for our communities, healthy for our economy and for our planet. We deserve nothing less than a Green New Deal that will revive our economy, turn the tide on climate change, and make the friggin' wars for oil obsolete. And it pays for itself not only through demilitarization, because we can cut the military, which is only getting us into trouble, this bloated and dangerous military budget. We can cut it by 50%, but it also turns out we get so healthy by eliminating fossil fuels and the diseases that they cause. That alone saves us enough money. We can pay the costs of the green energy transition just from our health savings alone. This is a win-win. This is the future that is waiting for us when we stand up and we stand together and we do not take no for an answer. We are standing up with the power that we have to create an America and a world that works for all of us. The power to create that world is not just in our hopes, it's not just in our dreams. Right here and now, it's in our hands. Thank you. Let's make it so.
Thank you very much. Who's fired up? Who's ready to take this revolution into November? Who's proud to say that Jill Stein is my candidate for United States of America president? I'm proud that's my candidate. We're all proud to be part of this revolution together. My name is Michael O'Neill. I work in the Brooklyn office for the Jill Stein for President campaign. I'm a proud member of the New York State delegation. I'm here to remind you that this revolution must be made by us. It must be funded by us. And so we are relying on your grassroots contributions, your hard-earned dollars. Please go to Jill2016.com/donate. Please volunteer online at Jill2016.com. We need your time and your blood and sweat and tears as much as your financial support. So please help keep this revolution going. Jill2016.com/donate. And let's give it up one more time. Please put your hands together for the most awesome band in the world this evening, Gumbo La Funk. Let's hear it one more time for Gumbo La Funk. Thank you everyone for coming out to this party for the revolution.
Oh, y'all ready for a little Young Lords kind of music for you? We're Gumbo La Funk, man. Here's some music for the revolution right here. It's a little old, but it's just on time.
Chicka boom boom, chicka boom boom, boom boom, chicka boom boom boom, chicka boom.
drums back there. Check this out though. You saw her all day long, taking care of business during the convention. Give some love to one of your national co-chairs. She runs the band. She's been known to run my life from time to time. Love to the Honorable Andrea Merida. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna say it right now. My name is Jill2016 from the Colorado delegation. Check this out. Looking at the devil, grinning at his gun, yeah now. Fingers out to shake it. I began to run, yeah. Bullets start to fire. I began to stop. Well, yeah, oh yeah. We began to wrestle. You know that I am a runner now. I just wanna thank you for letting me be myself. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Dance to the music all night long. People get ready. We're gonna sing our simple song. Yeah. Well, you know, Mama is so happy, child. Yeah. Mama starts to cry. Papa's really singing. Yeah. He's thinking you can make it if you try. I just wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. Oh, come on now. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Sing it again now. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Oh, one more time now. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Here we go now. Standing on shaky ground. Oh, we're gonna dance a little bit more. Come on, y'all, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Legend of the Phoenix, all ends with the beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? Forth from the beginning. Yeah, yeah. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the sun. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get done. She's up all night to get done. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get done. We're up all night to get done. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 There's a castle living love you, man. We got this song for the revolution. We did it once before. We want to do it again for y'all. This is the title track of our latest album, which is available here. It's called Power, Love, Freedom, y'all. I thought I was alone, couldn't see in front of me. You showed me the way, yeah. I could be with family. Only a fool could deny. We got the vision and not the lie. Holding hands, making love, shoulder to shoulder. We live as one. Got the power, love, freedom, everyone. Power, love, freedom, understand. We got power, love, freedom, everyone. We got power, love, freedom, understand. Come on, come quick. Get yourself into your trick. Stand strong, be loved, face it together, unite as one. We got to fight the power, free the heart. Someone next to you, well that is where you start. Shake the necklace, will not see. Take off the blinders, you will be free. Got power, love, freedom, everyone. We got power, love, freedom, understand. We got power, love, freedom, everyone. We got power, love, freedom, understand. Thank you kindly. We're called Gumbo La Funk. Man, it's the end of the night, y'all. It's the end of the night. Let's do the Saints. We're from Denver, Colorado, y'all. We're called Gumbo La Funk. We want to send out some love to some of our friends in Denver. To Surge, showing up for racial justice in Denver. For Black Lives Matter, 5280. Denver Homeless Out Loud. These are people that are doing the same work y'all are doing. Just like groups all over the country. We gotta send love to them now. Good night, y'all. Much love, Green Party comrades. We're Gumbo La Funk. Check us out online, buy our CDs. We love you. Thanks, y'all. Jill 2016.